Hey guys, James here with After Dark Graphics. Going to show you another video about Shopify here. This one is going to be on how to create discount codes. So when you log into your Shopify store, you click on discounts over here, and you have multiple types of discounts. So in the center here, you're going to click on create discount. Then you have amount off of products, discount specific products or collections of products. You buy X, get Y, discount specific products or collections of products, amount off order, discount the total order amount, and then free shipping. Offer free shipping on an order. So let's do the first one, amount off products, discount specific products or collections. So you're going to go ahead and click on that. If you notice, you have up here, you have discount code and then you have automatic discount. Discount code means that they're manually going to have to put in a discount code. So say, for instance, you're doing a Facebook campaign and today is January 5th, 2026. I can do something like, FB 5 off 126, right? So this would be like Facebook, 5% off, today's date, or January 2026. And you can do stuff like that so that you can track things to make your life a lot easier, or you can generate a random code and it's just going to give you this weird shit right here. Excuse my French. So if you have a lot of different codes and you're running a campaign and you want to offer different codes across all your different campaigns, you could run them like this, but then you're probably going to want to make a Google Sheet tracking document so you could see what these actual codes are. That's kind of a little more detailed. If say, for instance, you wanted to have 15 codes for Facebook and 15 for Instagram and TikTok and this and that and the other thing, you can go through and do all those. But what I would do for your own sanity is I would also put which platform I have in front here. So I'd be like FB for Facebook. I would do TK for TikTok, Instagram, maybe Insta, and then, LinkedIn, link, whatever. So it make your life just a lot YouTube, YouTube, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, right? So let's say, for instance, we're going to use our first example. We're going to go Facebook, 5 off, 126, right? So this is an actual discount code that the user, when they go to checkout, is going to have to enter. The other way to set this up is an automatic discount, where when you send them a link and they go to your store and purchase, it'll automatically put the discount in the cart and they won't have to enter a coupon code. So let's go through the first example first. So it's discount amount off products. So we have our Facebook 5% off 126. So we have percentage or we can do a fixed amount. So if I only want to give them like $2 off or $1 off, specific collections, I can do that, or I can set it to specific products. Say I only wanted to give them, $1 off of one product, and I can select that one product from here. I could select it. I can also select the variations of that product. So if I select, I only want to give them $1 off this $49 small, I can do that. I'm not going to do that. Just for instructional purposes, we're going to use this as a percentage. So we're going to go to percentage and I want 5% off, right? So now 5%. So if you look at it, when you update this on the right-hand side, all this stuff's going to update for you. All customers, notice it says all customers. So that's anybody with this coupon code can get this discount. So online store, there's no other places that you have this going. Your online store is your Shopify store. No minimum purchase requirement, no usage limit, can combine with other discounts and active from today. So allow discount to be featured on selected channels. So you can also select here. And then if you have other channels that are set up in here, and I click this, you'll see you've got point of sale, which would be, say, for instance, you have a terminal at your physical location and you have the Shopify point of sale app. You can actually use it for point of sale as well. So you could have an in-store discount that is the same as online. So, hey, purchase online or in-store and you get your 5% discount. Just mention this offer code. Shop. Shopify's built-in pay, Shop Pay, and then Google and YouTube, it will show on those platforms respectively. Okay, so I'm not going to get into that either. So we're going to say that this applies to collections. Now I can say leave this alone, and then it's going to be for every product in my store. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this right here. But say it says applies to specific collections. If I don't say anything, it's going to be for everything in my store. But say, for instance, I only want to give them 5% off of hats. So I'll select add, and now they got 28 products, all the products in the collection. Otherwise, I have to change this to products and then go and select each hat that I want to have off, right? So all sales channels has all customers. So available on all sales channels. I could say specific customer segments. This is only if you have the segments set up in here, and I click browse, and then you have this data in here: customers who haven't purchased, customers who have purchased more than once, abandoned cart checkouts in the last 30 days, email subscribers, and customers who have purchased at least once. If you have a new store, you're not going to have any of this data. So you don't even need to do the segments. You could just leave it defaulted. But say you've been running a store for a while, you can select customers who haven't purchased and then purchase, people who have purchased more than once. And then those people may have also abandoned cart. And then this right here, this email subscribers, if you select this, this is not email subscribers that sign up for your email list through like Klaviyo or through MailChimp or Constant Contact or any other code. It's only through the email subscribers that subscribe through the default subscribe, to mail, to newsletter on the Shopify default setting. So when you launch a new store, if you haven't signed up for MailChimp or Constant Contact or one of those other email services, Shopify allows you to have the subscribe to our newsletter as a section on your website, so you can have people put their email address in. Now, what that does is it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't automate anything, right? Unless you set up like a flow or you set up some kind of other process once they sign up for that. So the default behavior for Shopify email subscribers, it just puts an indicator on that customer's name. So I have my customer account in here, and then I've signed up for your newsletter, and it says, you're allowed to email me. That's all it says. It says you're allowed to send me information. That's the only thing. So if I were to click over on the customers and I was in there, you would see that it shows that I'm allowed to receive email marketing campaigns. And then what you can do is you can export all of those people that say it's okay, and then you import them into your MailChimp or your Constant Contact, and you use that as your email sending service. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and deselect all this stuff, and then customers purchased in at least once. So you can set up these coupons however you want. So if you devise a strategy, you can create it where you could say, okay, well, I want to offer this to all of the Facebook people who have already purchased from me once, and then get them to convert, right? So I think casting a wider net is really good, but as you run your store for a longer period of time, you gain more customers, you can actually set these other options. And then what I would do is I would name these. So if you do decide you're going to have customers who haven't purchased and say I wanted to check that, I might change my code to something that would let me indicate, that would let me know that it is customers who haven't purchased. Maybe it's, see no, like they, customers know, or something that would be your own indicator that would let you know that they haven't purchased before. So right now, this is just generic code. Anybody can use this code, okay? That goes to your website, and they can get 20%, 5% off of hats. So now I'm going to go to specific customers. So if I were to select specific customers, I just want to give Janet and Joey and Fred, specific discounts. So if I select browse here, there's me. I'm the only customer in the account right now. Don't spam me. But I can put a checkbox here. And if there was other people in here, you put checkboxes in their names along the way, right? And then you can say, okay, I'm just going to give those customers the discount. So right now we're going to set this back to all customers. Keep it easy. No purchase minimum requirements, right? So I do want to say that you have to purchase at least $10, in order to get a discount, because I got to make some money, right? Minimum quantity, you could also set it up that way. They have to buy 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So a minimum purchase amount is $10. Limit number of times this discount can be used in total. So if I select this and I put in 5, what that means is the first 5 people that use this coupon will get the discount, and person number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is not going to get the discount. Okay. Those are pretty good. You could say the first 100 people that reply get the discount, etc. So let's turn that off. And it says limit 1 use per customer. So if I were to select limit 1 use per customer, and I log in once and twice and I try to use it, I won't be able to use it the second time, right? So if I have it selected this way, it's the same thing. If I'm a customer, I can only use it one time. All right, combinations. Combinations where it says product discounts, it says each eligible item in the cart may receive up to 1 product discount. So it says FB128 won't combine with any other discount at checkout. And so if I select order discounts and I select shipping discounts, it says won't combine with any other discount. So combinations, I'll turn that off and then see what happens is it stays that way. Shipping discounts won't combine with any other discounts. So the largest eligible shipping discount will apply in addition to eligible product discounts. So you're gonna have to play around with that and see what works for you. You can also schedule this to launch in the future. So if you wanted it to start on the 8th instead of today, you can select that there. It's currently 5:28 p.m.-ish somewhere on the East Coast. There we go. And then I can set an end date. So if I wanted this to just run for the month, I can select my end date as the 31st, 11:59 p.m. on the 31st, and then it'll stop. So I'm going to select save. And now if I were to go to this store on the front end, let's just go ahead and go to the hats. And let me just go to shop. Now, if I select coffee and then I click coffee and then I, add cart and then I go to checkout, right? I could put in the discount code here and there's no hats here. So let's see what happens. So I put that in, apply, and look, nothing happens, right? But if I go back to shop, I click on hats and then I'll pick in SoCal hat and then I select add to cart. And now I go ahead and put my discount code in here. You'll see, bam, you'll see that it's applied automatically. So, because I tried to enter it before, so it sets it in the session. So if I hadn't entered it yet, it would not be here. And so now I can go to checkout. And if I go to checkout, now you're going to see all the information in here. You see my address. I don't care. But look at the discount. So now it's going to show me my total savings is $1.49, and it's from this 5% off this hat. So if you see, it also gives you the discount here. So it's $29.99, so it gives me the 5% discount. Okay, so it is going to show it there. So let's go back into the store, and then let's go back to our admin here. So we have this one going, right? So say, for instance, we run our Facebook campaign and we say, enter this code at checkout, right? And somebody contacts you and says, hey, I want to get a discount. You can just give them this discount code over the phone or email it to them, or you can get a link here. So you can actually get a shareable link and you can send them directly to the collection page, right? Or you can send them the home page. But if you go to but notice if I select home page, it still puts this discount in here. So if I hadn't added that to my cart yet, and I still went to this page, if I then go to the hats and then add something, it's automatically going to give me that discount. So I can also set this for hats, and then if I go there in here, and I'll just go to this URL, and I go here, and then it's going to have my discount already applied. If you could see collection hats, and I'll go in here. And since I already have it in the cart and I haven't checked out, and I did already enter the code, I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And then let me just take some of these products out of the cart. All right, I got nothing. Okay, so let's go back to shop, get hats. Okay, so now if I were to set up this discount in another way, and I'm going to leave this in here just so it's available. So let's go back to, we can either click on discounts again over on the left, or you can click this little icon here and it'll take you back to your discounts. And now it shows you have this minimum purchase, 10 bucks, $5 off of hats, active, it's by a code, amount of products. So now let's do the automatic discount one. So if we look at this, let me go ahead and click and add a hat. We go add to cart and just make sure that that code is not showing anymore. So you see the code is not there, so it's 29 bucks for me. So now if I go back in here and I go ahead and create a discount, so I could also edit this other one. So if I edit it, actually once it's created, it's set a certain way. My apologies. Let's create a new discount, and we'll do amount off products, and we'll do the same thing, but we're going to make it an automatic discount. And then customers will see this in their cart at checkout. So I'm going to do this Facebook again. So FB 5 off, but I already have one called 5 off 126. So it's not going to let me do that again. So I'll just do this 526A. So then that way I know it's the automatic one, right? So it's an automatic discount, percentage 5%. And then we're going to leave all the collections. Actually, we'll select hats again. Let's just do it for example. And I select, add. And now I'm going to say all customers, doesn't matter, no minimum requirement, I don't care. Combinations, don't care. I don't want to end it. I'm actually going to set the end date the same thing. I'll set it to the 31st and I'll select save. So this is it in its basic form. So now if I go ahead and go back to the main screen here, and we're going to see this automatic amount off products. Now, I don't need a link or anything now. I could just send people directly to the hats page, and they're going to get a discount if they add hats into their cart. So let's do that example. So now I'm just going to go back to the website here, and then let's see if do I have anything in my cart now? So I've got this hat in my cart. So let me go to shop, and then I go back to hats again. And then I'm just going to go, if you know who, and then I'll go ahead and go add to cart. Once I add to cart, and then if you look at this, you're going to see that it's automatically been applied. See, I didn't have to do anything. So I made an automatic discount. And so if they land on the hats page, or they add a product that's a hat, they're going to get an automatic discount without even having to enter a coupon code. Okay. So that's the way the automatic discounts work. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that one because that one's a little more dangerous. So we're going to remove automatic. Okay. So we're going to go over here and click on this little guy and then come over here to these three little dots on the right-hand side. And we're going to select delete discounts. Okay. So next, we're going to create another discount here. And this one is for buy X, get Y. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. So the same thing applies. So I could either have an automatic discount for the product. So once they add the product, they can get the discount. So let's just call this, we're going to call this do this for TikTok. So this will be TikTok, and then it's going to be 5 off. We'll do 5 off again, and then we're going to call it A so TikTok 5% off automatic discount, right? So let's do TikTok TK 5 off, and then what is it? 5 off A, I think is what I don't know, whatever. So TikTok 5% off A. Minimum quantity of items, so minimum purchase amount. So customer buys minimum purchase. I do recommend that you do have at least a minimum purchase of $10, something that so you're not getting, so you force them to actually, buy product, right? So buy X, get Y, and we're going to do specific products, and then we're going to select a product. So this is going to automatically give me this discount. So I'll go to browse, and then I'm going to select this hat, the dad hat, and select add. So now if I selected this, right, hat, and then it says customers must add the quantity of items specified below to their cart. So we'll just say 1, and then we'll say specific products, or it could be collections. So if they let's just do it as a regular product. So let me go browse, and then let me say, let's do the t-shirt here. Okay, any of those items. Say okay. And so now I'm going to go down. It says, okay, I buy X, I get Y. So percentage is going to be 5%. Oh, free. Okay, so here we go. So if you look at this, they're we're setting it up as buy X, get Y. So I apologize. This should be something along the lines of TKBOFA. So it's buy one get one free, right? BOFA, buy one. I think it's BOGO. So it's buy one get one free A. So TK Boga Fa, right? So, TikTok, buy one, get one free, automatic discount. So now I'll come down here and it's going to say free. I'm going to get this t-shirt for free. If I add this black monochrome dad hat, it's available to all customers. I'm not going to set an end date. I'm going to hit save. Discount not created. Let me see. $10 amount must be 29 or more. Customers, okay, so let me just do minimum quantity items, just make it easier. So save, try it again. Discount not created. What's going on here? Let's leave a comment. Okay, it's created. So it said it wasn't, but then it said it was. Okay, so let's take a look at this product now. So we're going to go to this black monochrome dad hat on the front end. Oops, it's up here. So let's go find that hat. Let's go shop. And we'll go search here. Let's go find dad hat. And so I'm going to add this to my cart. And then so let's see what happens. So dad hat. Hmm. So you'd have to explain that into the, and I did this on purpose just so you could see how this works, right? So let me take one of these out. Let me take this out. And then we don't have any discount code to apply, right? Because it's supposed to be an automatic discount. So both of the products have to be added to the cart, right? It's not going to add it automatically for you. So if you say BOGO, you buy this, you get that. They're actually going to have to physically add the other product, right? So they have to go, boom, and add this black one to their cart, right? So if I go over here and I search, and I'll go ahead and search for the t-shirt, and then I'm going to go ahead and add it to my cart. And now we see that the automatic discount has been applied. So it does show the coupon code, and then it shows that this is the regular price, and then this is the discount. I get a free one. So in your advertising, you can have the hat and you can have the t-shirt showing, and you can tell them they have to add both products to their cart, right? A little weird way to do it, but I get it. All right, so that's the automatic one. The other one is they would have to enter a code. So for these, you might want to not use enter code for these because they're kind of a pain. So you can also set this up however you want. So you can do minimum purchase and you can tinker around with these. I'm going to go ahead and delete this just because it is a weird discount. And let's go and add a new one. So create discount, amount off order. I think you're getting the idea now, right? All right. So again, we're going to do, you can do an automatic discount or you can do a discount code. So I'm just going to do 10% off. We'll do Instagram, Insta 10 off. And then we're just going to do that, right? So, and then today's date, whatever. I could do, today's the 5th of January. I could do 1526. So I know it's January 5th, 2026, or I can do whatever I want. So you'd put this in your marketing. My percentage is going to be 10 for 10% off. And then I'm going to give it all customers, no minimum. Actually, I want them to buy $10. They got to spend $10. Um, Limited the number of times, but so you get the idea, right? Set the end date. So it's pretty basic in how they do these discount codes and how you can use these. So I'll hit save. And if you notice, there's this little cart looking thing. You can always copy the code by just selecting that, or you can highlight this and copy it. You can also get a shareable link that you could send out to people, or you can put this in as the link in your advertisement, right? So this could be the link in your advertisement directly, as well as showing the code, right, in the advertisement. So that may be on the text in the advertisement, but then link them directly here to make their life a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this and then it gets 10% off everything in the store. So now if I go over here, and then let me just add another, I'll just add another product. Let me add a mug. I'll go, oh yeah, add the cart. And now I'll put in my promo code and let's see what happens. And hit apply. Yeah. So notice that since I deleted that other coupon, I no longer have the discount where I got the free. And then I have this Insta 10 off 526. So if I wanted to offer both, it's not really good practice to give them multiple discounts on an order. Give them a free T-shirt when they buy that, and then give them 10% off another thing. But you can combine stuff. There are other apps out there that allow you to combine coupons in a better way. Discount Ninja, a couple of other ones. If you want information on what apps to get that'll help you out with this, contact us. Let me know. Okay. So I'll go back over to discounts. Now we know that one's there. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one, delete. Notice up here I also have promote, get a shareable link, right? And then you have marketing apps that you can add to the site. Delete that one. And then create discount code. So now we're gonna go free shipping. So this is an easy one, right? Same thing, automatic or discount. So if you want to give them an automatic discount, it'll just be free shipping. So this will be for everybody. So free ship. And they don't even need, so all countries, or I could say selected countries, and I could pick, what other country I want. United States. I just started typing. We could also click browse. Exclude shipping rates over a certain amount. So you could say exclude over 50, free shipping up to whatever. So you could set it up here as an offer discount, or you can also set up your regular shipping. So say for instance you send out all of your products in your store, up to $99 is free shipping. So you would actually set that up under your settings and over here on the left hand side, and then underneath your shipping rates. But this is an actual coupon that will adjust the shipping up to $50, right? And they can get free shipping. So let's see how this works. We got automatic discount, select save. Add to cart. Go to checkout. So I have the Facebook discount, and then it's not letting me do the free shipping because I have this discount. So I click here, and now I get free shipping. So you see how that's now replacing it with free ship? You can work with combinations to try to test it out to see what'll work for you. But that's it. You're going to have to go through and test it out and then place these and see if it works for you based on your parameters. I hope that helps you out. If you need help, we are a Shopify partner. And subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. Okay, thanks. Bye.